Hey everyone, this is how I modded my Beta FPV 65X2S whoop. I've added on the whoop itself 0.8 millimeter bulletin connectors. These are rated for 15 amps continuous, which is perfect for this size. You can use an XT30 connector, but I think it's an overkill for this kind of size. That's just extra weight to the whole build. So you need to add those bulletin connectors to the batteries as well. This is a Brainergy 300 mAh 2S battery. I've added the connectors to the plus, minus, and to the plus for the first cell right over here. The same thing I did for the my lipo.si 240 mAh 2S battery. So I stripped the batteries out of their protective casing. My lipo weighed factory weighed 16 grams, so I got it 2 grams lighter, almost 3. And for the Brainergy, it weighed 20 grams factory rated, and yeah, it's about 17 grams now, almost 18, after I removed the packaging and added the bulletin connectors to them. Here's how the bulletin connectors look. So you just cut them to your preferred size and solder them onto the drone and to the battery. And how the balance charging works, you need to create your own charging harness or adapter. So the plus and minus from the XT60 plug or whichever plug you want to connect to your charger go to bulletin connectors, and plus minus go to the balance plug as well. And you need to add the balance, so the first cell balance cable as well. This is how it looks when it's connected. So the plus from the first cell goes to the balance plug, and plus and minus go to the XT60. Then you can just plug this in. Here you can see the voltages. Okay, just a few words about charging and how I charge my batteries. All of them, not just the 2S tiny whoop batteries, but also my 4S batteries for my 5-inch quad. I charge them at about from 5 to 10 C every time, and even if it's either it's a normal battery or an HV lipo battery, I charge them all to HV voltage, and I plug them straight into my drone right after they stop charging. The thing is that the lipo gets damaged the most while it's charged, and it sits charged for a while. So even if you overcharge it a bit and then just fly it straight away, it's gonna do less damage if you leave it charged for a while. So this is how I do it. And why I charge it at about 5 to 10 C is because it warms up a bit. If a lipo battery warms to about body temperature, it's gonna perform a lot better. It's gonna have a lot less sag. So you can use other means of how to warm up a battery after it's charged, either with your hands or with a battery warmer, or as I do it while it's charging. So I keep an eye on it. I charge it a few times on lower C ratings just to see how hot it gets, and then I charge it with a C rating which I'm most comfortable with. These little ones, 10 C works okay. You're gonna notice a lot less sag when you fly it. So the hover flight times I got out of these batteries with the 240 mAh, it was HV charge, so from 4.35 volts down to about 3.5 volts. I got 4 minutes and 20 seconds of hover time. And with the 300 mAh from the same HV charge, I got it down to 3.4 volts, and that took 4 minutes and 30 seconds. For indoor, I highly recommend the smaller battery. The whoop is a lot more agile while cornering and ascending and descending. While for outside, the bigger 300 mAh battery is really better because it has a lot less sag, so it allows you to have longer punch outs. Okay, finally some recommendations from my side. I use a throttle curve. It helps me a lot. Find out where the hover point is on your transmitter and add a lot of resolution to it, because that helps like indoor flying quite a bit. It's a lot easier to manage altitude and to do all the tricks you want. I think it's not necessary for such a curve for outdoor flying, but it all depends on your style. But for indoor close proximity, if you're flying through some gates and stuff like that, definitely a throttle curve right around your hover point. Another thing is for indoor flying, I printed the 20 degrees camera mount. It's great for indoors. 35 degrees, I think it's a bit of an overkill for tight indoor tracks, where big indoor tracks should work fine as well with the 35 degree mount it comes with. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching. All of the battery links and the parts I used are linked in the description below. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll make sure to answer them.